Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dyersburg, Tennessee, where the Volunteer State Pioneers will take on the Dyersburg State Eagles here in Game 1. We will play a 9-inning game today on a wet track in the outfield, but a artificial turf infield. So, pays to be an infielder today. Outfielders get a little bit wet and muddy. We're going to have a problem with the music, so I'll turn this down until we get the music off. We'll have a late Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. And we are about set for TCCAA action. I am sitting right behind home plate, as you can see, and the cameras or the speakers are right behind me. We are set as Jake Burris leads off. First pitch in there for a called strike, and we are underway at 3:30 p.m. Pitch called strike at the ankles. First pitch was low, and the second pitch was lower, but both called a strike. Jake Burris, center fielder, leading off from Grove City. Will hit a ground ball that will be bobbled by Wilson. He'll pick it up and throw to first base. Rylan Quinones over there to make the catch for out number one. Burris pretty much had to swing at any pitch that came to the plate when have a start on called strikes there. Ethan Huddleston steps to the plate. Second baseman for the Pioneers. He swings and fouls that pitch off. See if we can get you a game time temperature. We're going to need a sponsor for our game time temperature at some point in time. Having some internet issues. First ball of the ball game thrown by Jimmy Wilson. His 8th appearance of the year, third start. Swing and a miss. Something off speed there. Wilson is 2-0 on the season, thrown 16 innings, giving up 15 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. 3 walks, 22 strikeouts in his 16 innings with a 2.2 ERA. Started to go. They'll check and say, yes, he did go. Down on strikes is Ethan Huddleston. No lights here at Dyersburg baseball field. So this 9-inning contest is starting at 3:30. Going to need to get done before dark. 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Landon Godsey steps in and he swings, fouls that one off of his foot. Wilson, a transfer from Palm Beach State College, sophomore left-hander. Getting the game 1 start. Of course, these games were originally scheduled Friday and Saturday and then moved to Saturday, Sunday. Big storm yesterday here in Tennessee and especially here in West Tennessee. But a lot of water on the field. That pitch sails high. Got the sun coming down on me from the left side. So pardon me for missing maybe some of the balls and strikes if I can't see the scoreboard on my computer. 2 balls and a strike to the Pioneers first baseman, Jace Mizell, on deck. Swung on and fouled off. That should get out of play, and it will. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes to the sophomore from Indianapolis, Indiana. Coming in as one of the top hitters, tied for hits on the club with 32 with Jace Mizell. Fastball called strike at the shins. So we have a wide strike zone starting off today. 1-2-3 inning for Dyersburg State. We'll go to the bottom of the first. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Julian Gonzalez leading off for the Eagles of Dyersburg State, facing country Cade McKee on for his 8th appearance of the year. All starts. 1-2 record, 32 innings pitched, giving up 41 hits, 21 runs. There's a 4.13 ERA. First pitch to Gonzalez, misses outside. Gonzalez playing third base for the Eagles, and he will swing and drive a base hit in the left field. Hunter Searcy patrolling out there in left field will get it back into the infield, and the leadoff single for Dyersburg.
Number 10, Andy Martin.
Center fielder Andy Martin will step to the plate. Gonzalez playing in game 27. This is game 31 for Dyersburg State. Gonzalez came in hitting 216. Martin hitting 261. McKee, left-handed pitcher, staring right at Gonzalez. First pitch to Martin, says home plate umpire says that ball is up. That pitch at the knees, and the ball is overthrown to McKee, but backing up is Huddleston and Molnar. 1 ball, 1 strike to Martin. Gonzalez 0 for 1 in stolen base attempts on the year. McKee looking for that doodad double play on a ground ball. Gets a foul tip back. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the sophomore. Andy Martin from transfer from ASA Miami, 6'2" sophomore. They don't put their hometowns on there if they transferred from another school. But I don't believe he's from around here. There's a pitch that has been called a strike, not to this at bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Martin. On deck, Pierre Seals. Martin leads the club with 27 runs scored and 23 RBIs. Lifted out to right field. Jace Mizell on a wet track comes in, and that ball will drop right in front of Jace. And put runners at first and second.
Number 5, Pierre Seals.
Nobody out. 2 runners on. Pierre Seals steps to the plate. Seals leads the club in official at-bats, as 94. Also leads the team in strikeouts, hitting 223. McKee now looking back at second base at Gonzalez. Seals will square to bunt. McKee bare hands and throws to first to Godsey to get the out. A sacrifice bunt moves runners to second and third.
First baseman number 33, Rylan Quinones.
So Rylan Quinones, the first baseman, steps to the plate. Big old boy. Quinones, 6'3", transfer from Hill College. I assume that's the one down in Texas. A couple of transfers from Hill College. Step off by McKee, and there's his 1 disengagement for this batter. If he does it again, it'll be a ball to Quinones. Fastball misses low and away. Thank you for joining us on the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. Weren't sure we were going to have good internet here, but hospitality by the campus. Nice breaking pitch, misses just down. Wesley Mann, the designated hitter, on deck. Quinones has played in every game for the Eagles. Leads the squad in home runs, has 7. Pitch in the dirt or the turf. Ball 3. Base open at first base. Quinones hitting 294. That's second among the starters. The 3-0 right down the can. Quinones taking. See how aggressive Cade McKee gets here with the 4-hole hitter. 3-1 pitch. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Quinones will take his base. The bases are now loaded.
Designated hitter number 11, Wesley Mann.
Wesley Mann steps to the plate, sophomore transfer from Northwest Florida State College. This is his second year here with Dyersburg State. McKee can get out of it with a ground ball. There's a tapper that will stay at the plate. Braden Vineyard will pick that one up. Hunter Searcy in left, Jake Burris in center, Jace Mizell in right. Norman Winfield, Carter Vrabel at third, Logan Molnar at short, Ethan Huddleston at second, Landon Godsey at first base, and Braden Vineyard behind the plate, catching country Cade McKee. Wesley Mann playing in his 18th game, hitting .300. Changeup misses down low. On deck, Chris Alvarez, the left fielder. Man with 9 hits, 2 RBIs, 10 walks. So, man, you want to go ahead and pitch to here, especially early. Here's a breaking pitch, could be 2. One hop to Molnar, over to Huddleston, down on to first base. And there is a that double play for the Pioneers. 6-4-3, just what the doctor ordered here in the bottom of the first inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We're through 1, scheduled for 9. No score. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Jace Mizell steps to the plate, leading off the top of the second inning, facing Jimmy Wilson. He swings at a pitch outside the zone, fouls it straight back. Mizell having his name changed to Mizzle here at Dyersburg. That's what happens when you don't check. Another tapper foul, this one over to the Dyersburg dugout. Wilson gets ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. On deck, Braden Vineyard. Mizell, Vineyard, and Molnar due up here in the top of the second inning. That pitch way outside. Vol State softball team not able to get in any games today. Field 2 wet across the way, and that ball is popped up in the right field. Pierre Seals, well, now we'll move back a little bit and get under for the first out in the top of the second. Wilson with 2 strikeouts in the first inning. One on a check swing and one looking after Jake Burris grounded out back to the box. Vineyard from Paducah, Kentucky steps in. Swings and fouls the first pitch off into the trees. Tucked into the corner of the campus here, and behind the press box and behind both dugouts are trees, and looks like a neighborhood right back behind me and to the left. It's coming right at you, folks. I started to slide over and block that one, but didn't have my glove or my other protective device on. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 Vineyard on the outside. River there has called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Braden Vineyard had a heck of a last week, walking 10 times outside into the left-handed batter's box. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vineyard comes in hitting .291. Does lead the squad with 18 walks. 2-2 swung on and missed. 3rd strikeout for Wilson. Two outs here in the top of the 2nd inning. Logan Molnar, true freshman from Independence High School, Thompson Station, Tennessee, steps in.
Shortstop number 1, Logan Molnar.
Molnar leading the squad and hitting .405 since he's gotten into the lineup. Swings and grounds one to short. Lugo up and over to first base, dug out of the dirt by Quinones, and that will retire the Pioneers in the top of the 2nd. 1-2-3 inning again, 6 up, 6 down so far for the Pioneers. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at Dyersburg State. We move to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Chris Alvarez, Parker Patterson, and Case Pettis scheduled to appear against left-handed redshirt sophomore Cade McKee. McKee able to get out of that jam in the 1st inning after giving up 2 leadoff hits. A do-dat double play turned by the infield. Breaking pitch swung on and missed. McKee ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes to Chris Alvarez. Alvarez, a 6'1" freshman, transfer from Southwest Miami. Actually, that's a high school. What do get some Florida players here. Transfers from college and in high school. 1-2 pitch, tapped foul on deck circle. Alvarez playing in his 21st game of the year. Dyersburg State comes in with an 18-12 overall record, 4-4 in the TCCAA. 1 ball, 2 strikes, fouled off to the right side. That will get out of play. Alvarez hitting .214. 6 hits, 1 double, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. He's getting on base at a .450 clip, though, with 10 walks. There's a ball in the turf. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff batter for the Dyersburg State Eagles here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Swung on, just got a piece of that one. Cade McKee taking the ball for his 4th straight conference opening game. Another tapper foul. Got some Spanish being shouted out here, and we'll go to our first Full Count Ministries full count of the ball game. Expecting to see the softball players show up here soon, but maybe they're back at the hotel as that ball is fouled off. Our first full count, first pitch foul ball of the day. I have not computed the up-to-date status, but I'm sure we're still at about 45% for full count, first pitch foul balls. We'll do it again. 3-2 pitch. Swung on another tapper, and that caught a piece of Braden Vineyard behind the plate. Sounded like got some meat maybe on that leg. Home plate umpire Greg Backus will give him a bit of a break here as he walks halfway out to the mound and turns around to check on the catcher. James Purnell, the base umpire. Greg Backus behind the plate. Full count to the left fielder, Chris Alvarez. He is fouling off good pitches. I think that's 3 since the count became full. Robert White, the head coach of the squad, and the 4th foul ball. Assistant coach Tyler Brown. Interim athletic director Dr. Amanda Walker for Dyersburg State, and the president Dr. Scott Cook. Athletic trainer Sabrina Clark. We'll do it again. Ground ball. This one's fair. Carter Vrabel picks. A strong throw over to Godsey at first base, and there's out number 1. Parker Patterson steps to the plate. Freshman from right here in Dyer County High School, 5'11". The 7-hole hitter for Dyersburg State. Swings and drives one out to left center. That will get down for the 3rd hit of the game. Hunter Searcy over to cut that one off. A 1-out single. Patterson, playing in his 30th game, has only missed 1, hitting .283. Leads the squad with hits. Just added his 27th hit on the season. Also leads team with 7 doubles. 1 home run, 14 RBIs. Case Pettis steps to the plate. McKee would be happy with another ground ball to a middle infielder. Breaking pitch misses low and inside. Pettis hitting .254. Blocked by Vineyard. Keeps Patterson at first base. Pettis, a 5'10" sophomore transfer from Hill College as well. So 2 Hill College transfers. McKee now gone 3-0 after getting the first out on a ground out. A single by Patterson. Now Pettis 3-0 with number 9-hole hitter Chris Lugo standing on deck. That's ball 4. Second walk by McKee.
Shortstop number 17, Chris Lugo.
Putting runners now at first and second base. 1 out. Lugo, 5'11" freshman from Puerto Rico, the International Baseball Academy. Playing in game number 20, hitting .289. Key breaking pitch right in there for a called strike. Burris playing deep in center field. My lower vantage point here. Can't see all the fielders. Another breaking pitch drilled right by head coach Robert White, who's coaching down at third base. McKee ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Gonzalez on deck. He led the game off for the Eagles with a base hit into left field. McKee would like to leave him there. Get another 2-for-1 special here. Drive into the gap in left center, but Hunter Searcy will come over and make a running catch. Nice play by Searcy, a sophomore from Louisville, Kentucky. 2 outs.
Out to bat number 38, Julian Gonzalez.
Julian Gonzalez steps to the plate. From Florida International University, sophomore, 6-footer. Two outs, 2 on. Breaking pitch in for a called strike. McKee trying to strand 2 more runners. Here in the bottom of the second inning, no score. There's a pitch on the outside corner. Called strike. Ahead 0-2. 5'11", 195-pound redshirt sophomore, 3rd year here at Volunteer State. Driven into right center field. That could be trouble. Burris and Mizell is out ball. 1 hops the fence. 2 runs will score on the double by Gonzalez. Dyersburg State
Number 10,
leading 2-0. Seems like a lot of room out here in the outfield. Andy Martin steps to the plate. 2 outs and a runner in scoring position out at second base. 4 hits in the contest so far for the Eagles. Martin dropped the base hit right in front of Mizell, and he goes to right field again. Mizell going back. He's still going back, and that ball is gone. It didn't look like it was hit that well off the bat, but Andy Martin is just giving the Eagles a 4-0 lead. His 7th home run of the year. 24th and 25th RBIs.
Now the batter's box, number 5, Pierre Seals.
Twice he's gone the opposite way. Pierre Seals steps to the plate. He sacrificed himself, and the first inning moved the runners across to second and third. 4 spot here in the bottom of the second for Dyersburg. Breaking pitch misses down low. 2 balls, no strikes to Pierre Seals. Seals from down in the Memphis area, Houston High School. He swings at the 2-0 pitch out front, fouls that one to the on-deck circle. 6-foot sophomore. Second year here at Dyersburg State, at least second year. I'm not sure if he's a redshirt sophomore or not. Fastball misses high and away. Good pitch. Just a little bit too high. Count goes 3-1. Seals not biting on that fastball. Nice pitch driven into left field. That will splash in front of Searcy and get by. Let's see if Seals will go, and he will. Throw to the bag. Not in time. Seals will be on with a base hit and then an E7. Tough error. Let's see if they actually give him. Not sure if they'll flash it up there or not. But third straight hit. Rylan Quinones steps to the plate. He walked in the first. He was forced out on the 6-4-3 double play to end that first inning. Key run into trouble here in the second. That ball's popped high in the air out shallow left field. Molnar out. He will make the catch for the third out of the inning. But the Dyersburg State Eagles score 4 runs on 4 hits. Was 1 error and 1 runner left on base. After 2, Dyersburg leads 4-0. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Carter Vrabel leading off for the Pioneers here in the top of the third inning. Facing Jimmy Wilson, who's 6 up, 6 down so far to start this ball game. Vrabel from Father Ryan High School. A long look in by Wilson. First pitch down low. Redshirt sophomore. Transfer from Wabash Valley, second year with the Pioneers. Pops that one up into center field, shallow center field. Back goes Pettis, and center fielder Martine has to hop out of the way of Pettis.
The designated hitter number 17, Caleb Hawkins.
Caleb Hawkins, the designated hitter, steps in. Pioneers looking for their first hit. Hawkins from Stewart's Creek High School. Went to Wabash Valley and then right here to Dyersburg, and he will be the first base runner. He will be hit by a pitch. It's his first bruise of the year.
The left fielder number 12, Hunter Searcy.
Number 9 hitter Hunter Searcy steps to the plate. Searcy, a true sophomore, second-year player for Vol State. Been a minute since he's gotten into the ball game, having a rough start to the year. Jimmy Wilson with an extremely closed stance out there at the plate delivers a strike on that outside river, as they call that, the area between the plate and the beginning of the other batter's box. Pioneers looking for a rally. Wilson had Hawkins moving back to the base, but delivered to the plate. Cersei fouls it straight back. On deck man Jake Burris picked that ball up, tossed it over to the Dyersburg dugout. 0-2, 1 out, 1 on. Time is called as a ball gets away in the Pioneers bullpen, just as Wilson was going to deliver the pitch. Base umpire James Purnell, out of his peripheral vision, saw a ball get away as Caleb Pika is out in the bullpen getting loose. The pitch misses outside. Chris Alvarez in left, Andy Martin in center, Pierre Seals and Case Pettis at second, Rylan Quinones at first, and behind the plate, Parker Patterson catching Jimmy Wilson. Another foul ball into the trees. Back behind me and to the right. Pioneers wearing their road gray uniforms with gray or with red underneath, red socks, red sleeves, the red helmets. Dyersburg State wearing their blue pinstripe. There's a line drive to the third baseman who makes the grab and throws to first base for a double play. Nice play by Gonzalez. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Pioneers down 4-0. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Cade McKee back out on the mound for the Pioneers. First pitch swinging Wesley Mann. He fouls one off to the right side. Ground ball to the left of Vrabel, and he reaches out, grabs that ball. Strong throw to Gotze, and one up, one down. Nice play by Carter Vrabel. Chris Alvarez steps to the plate. The Charlas are here and brought some friends along with them, Corky and Ashley Jones, friends of theirs. Alvarez fouls that one off. And looks like Abe's Steakhouse is what's for dinner after the ball game, says Corky and Ashley Jones. Called strike. 0-2 to Chris Alvarez, the left fielder, who grounded out to Vrabel to lead off the second inning. So Jake and DeLynn Charlotte, the parents of Big J Charlotte. There's strike 3. That was in the left-handed batter's box, so the Pioneers are getting the benefit of the 45-inch plate as well. 2 outs. Nice comeback inning for Cade McKee. First strikeout for McKee. Parker Patterson, who singled into left center field. His first plate appearance came around a score on the double by Julian Gonzalez. Breaking pitch. I think Patterson would surprise that one was not called a strike. He's the catcher. He's been seeing that pitch called on occasion. Another line drive base hit in down that left field line. That'll be extra bases. Patterson with his 8th double and 28th hit of the year. 2-out knock. Brings up Case Pettis.
Now the batter's box number 14, Case Pettis.
7th hit for Dyersburg State off of McKee. Hello to Dave Holbrook up in Grove City. He and Sherry Burris, mother of Jake Burris, watching from around the Columbus, Ohio area. Always glad to have the Burris clan, his grandparents, the McDaniels, typically listen in. Haven't been receiving the emails, though, from them of late, but I'm sure they're listening. Always good to have grandmas and grandpas, papaws and mimis, and I don't think we've got a big mama yet, but mamaws, grannies. Deep drive, that could be trouble. Case Pettis has hit one actually to the base of the fence. That ball seemed like it was hit better than the home run ball that went out of here in right field, but those alleys must be a little deeper. It's 380 to dead center field, but another run in, and out of the dugout will come head coach Jim McGuire. That will typically signal the end of the ball game for the pitcher. RBI double by Case Pettis, and that will end the day for Cade McKee. We'll take a break and be right back to tell you about the new pitcher. After this short break, you're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Jake Burris will lead off for the Pioneers, top of the fourth inning. Sorry for the problems with the audio earlier. Tell you about Caleb Pico, the new pitcher, here as soon as I get a break. Burris fouls that one back. 0 for 1, grounded out to the pitcher. Jimmy Wilson has faced the minimum. It's another tapper to third baseman. Gonzalez with a quick exchange from glove to hand to first baseman. Good looking third baseman down there, Julian Gonzalez. Wilson yet to give up a hit. Huddleston struck out on a check swing in the first inning. Caleb Pica, the new pitcher, on for the Pioneers, 6'6", 170-pound freshman from Overton High School. His fastball, this is outside. He's the son of John and April Pica. On for his 5th appearance of the year. The pitch catches the river. Very few pitches have been actually over the 17-inch plate. That's where the good pitchers live, is right on that white chalk outside. That pitch was over the plate, and Huddleston just missed it. Landon Godsey on deck. Ethan Huddleston, third-year sophomore from Gallatin, Tennessee, right down the road from Ball State campus. Hitting .319 coming into today's game. Leading the team in runs scored, strikeouts, and stolen bases. Another pitch that is in the left-handed batter's box called strike 3. Huddleston adding to those team-leading strikeouts, now 24 on the season, and apparently not used to those pitches being called out there, but 4th strikeout by Wilson. 2 outs, nobody on. There's a shot out to left field, but that's going to be right at Alvarez in left field, and he makes the catch on a smoked line drive out to left field. I thought it hit the turf from here, but he came up, showed all ball, so Pioneers go down 1-2-3 yet again. Still looking for that first hit. Caleb Pica back out on the mound, facing the Dyersburg State Eagles. You're listening to the Ball State Sports Network. Bottom of the 4th inning we go. Tim Reese back in the campus of Dyersburg State Community College. Dyersburg State has the lead 5-0. They will send 1, 2, and 3 to the plate to face 6'6" freshman Caleb Pica. Gonzalez 2 for 2, single and doubled. Swings and misses at that. Pica offering. Swing and a miss. Pica Blows one by him there. 7 innings pitched so far this year. Pika has 12 strikeouts. He's not giving up an earned run. 3 hits, 1 run, 5 walks. Has hit 1 batter. He's looked good in his outings. 1-2 pitch, breaking pitch, tapped foul down that third baseline. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. First 2 batters are 4 for 4 with 2 singles, a double, and a home run. 4 RBIs. Fastball high. Gonzalez able to lay off. Made some nice plays down there at third base. Pops that one up. That should be playable over toward the Pioneers dugout. Braden Vineyard right before the dugout. Comes up just short. That was a tough play right there. The ball just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed toward the dugout. There's the fence in front of the dugout that's about 10 feet in front. He had room around it, but tough play. Popped up out to left field, shallow left field. Hunter Searcy comes on, makes the grab for the first out. First time that Gonzalez has been retired today. Brings Andy Martin to the plate.
Now batting number 10, Andy Martin.
M-A-R-T-I-N. Don't know that. I would assume there's an accent on top of that I-N, but I don't see it on their roster. Last year I think I called him Andy Martin. He fouls that one off to the right side. Pika gets ahead of the Eagles center fielder. As you see, home plate umpire Greg Backus put 4 fingers up toward the Dyersburg dugout. He needs some more balls. Another pop-up, the shallow right field. Mizell, that is way up in the air. So that's the 3rd time that Martin has gone to right field. The first time he's been retired. 2 pop-outs. 2 outs brings Pierre Seals to the plate. 1 for 1. He had a sac bunt in the first and a base hit to left field that was mishandled a bit by Hunter Searcy as it splashed down on the extremely wet outfield grass. Breaking pitch, nice. Big breaker by Pika. Coach McGuire going to look for several innings out of the freshman left-hander. Fastball misses inside. Again, Duval State softball team gets the day off. Their field across campus is unplayable today, hoping to get in 2 tomorrow. Swing and a miss. Pioneers will play a doubleheader baseball tomorrow, I believe starting at noon. 2 7-inning contests. And swing and a miss. Pika gets him 1, 2, 3. A great inning. Pika has retired the 4 batters he's faced. We move to the 5th inning. You're listening to Vol State Sports Network. Jace Mizell leads off the top of the 5th inning for the Pioneers. We're scheduled for 9 innings here today. Looking for the first base hit. That might be it, as he will dump on in front of Alvarez in left field. There goes the no-hitter. Little flare. Jace Mizell now 1 for 2. First pitch swinging. Braden Vineyard steps to the plate. He struck out swinging in his first AB. Jace Mizell, fresh off of a commitment to Trevecca Nazarene University in Nashville, Tennessee. Congratulations to Jace and his family. Very deserving player. Good outfielder, good hitter. Vineyard will look at a called strike. Vinny was the number 3 catcher a year ago. Worked hard and has moved up now, and Coach McGuire's go-to on game 1 here in the conference play. Slow start by Caleb Hawkins, who was the number 1 catcher a year ago. Of course, Landon Gotze was the number 2. He's been moved to first base. That ball in the dirt. Jace Mizell off of first base, but he is able to get back in time. The throw by Patterson is late. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes to Vineyard. On the outside. Sorry for the change in some of these camera angles. My Zoom camera is sitting on my table, and sometimes I have to move my table. Throw over to first base. Mizell back in time. Jim McGuire coaching at third, head coach, 2nd year with the Pioneers. Assistant coach John Ripel down at first base. Pitch outside again. Full Count Ministries, full count. Thankful to Full Count Ministries. Their loaning of broadcast equipment for the Vol State Sports Network broadcasts. Swing and a miss. 2nd strikeout of Vineyard. 5th strikeout for Wilson. First out of the inning. Brings up Logan Molnar. He grounded out to short to end the 2nd inning. So the Pioneers got their first hit. Now they're looking for that Framework Athletics first run of the game to get into the scoring column. Molnar drives one down the right field line, and it will twist just foul. Will hop out of the fenced-in area. Right fielder Pierre Seals playing over that way. Looks like he will stay shaded to the right field line. Big, huge gap in right center field. Alvarez playing a little bit. Now he's moved over to left center. Throw over to first base. Mizell back in time. Molnar did not start off in the starting lineup for Vol State. Ethan Huddleston starting shortstop, Matt Hall starting second baseman. But there's a ground ball. Wilson stabs, throws to second for 1, on to first base, is not in time. Wilson took a little bit of time to deliver that ball to Lugo at shortstop.
Now batting number 10, Carter Vrabel.
Molnar able to beat the throw. So 2 outs now. Molnar on at first base brings up Carter Vrabel. Vrabel popped out to begin the third inning. Pioneers are looking for Carter Vrabel to get hot here in the middle of the season. Throw over. That ball's in the dirt. Scooped by Quinones. Keeps Molnar at first base. Stay tuned after the game for the Right Rug Flooring Player of the Game. And the Full Count Ministries verse of the game will be out of the Old Testament in a not too often quoted book of the Bible. Pitch outside, called a strike. Six baseballs outside. Has driven down the line, and that will get down for a base hit. Extra bases. Coach McGuire is winding his arm. Molnar will come in to score from first base. The Framework Athletics first run of the game for Volunteer State. Carter Vrabel picks up an RBI. Framework Athletics, we were there yesterday as the rain had come and Pioneers got in some pitching and hitting practice before coming up here today. Caleb Hawkins steps in with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Hawkins was hit by a pitch. As I was saying that he had played his first year at Dyersburg State. That ball gets by Patterson. Carter Vrabel will Superman into third base. Took a pretty decent pitch. I'm going to have to put a PB, pass ball, in my book. Maybe he was crossed up on the pitch. So now 1-0 pitch. Fouled off to the right side. That'll get out of play. Carter Vrabel now tied with Jace Mizell with the doubles lead for the team. Picked up his 7th double and his 17th RBI. Another foul ball off to the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Caleb Hawkins. Hawk has his pilot's license. That went a bit too wide. But you better be looking at that outside corner because it is wide. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Now a Full Count Ministries full count. Ball bounced off of Patterson's glove halfway back to the mound. Caleb Hawkins, the son of Ray and Misty Hawkins. His brother Grant is a Vol State alum. We had a alumni spotlight of Grant Hawkins. 2 outs. Carter Vrabel down at third base. Ground ball to third, 2 hops. Gonzalez up, strong throw to Quinones at first base. Retires Hawkins for the 3rd out. Pioneers do score 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, 1 runner left on. After 4.5, Pioneers down 5-1. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Hunter Searcy leads off the top of the 6th inning for the Pioneers. Number 9 hitter, then back to the top of the lineup. He lined out to third base into a double play. Swings at the first pitch, fouls that one off to the right side. Some action in the bullpen. Looks like it might be Anthony Nelson, number 27. I was thinking maybe Nelson might start one of the 3 games, but fastball misses outside. Three balls and a strike to Hunter Searcy. And he will take his base with a leadoff walk. Pioneers need base runners. It's the first walk by Jimmy Wilson. Does have a hit batter. Give up 2 hits and a run in the 5th. Jake Burris, pride of Grove City, steps in. Grandson of the McDaniels. You are watching and listening in. Ground ball to third. That could be 2. Gonzalez to second. On to first base. A 5-4-3 double play. And just like that, 2 are out here in the top of the 6th inning.
That's bat number 3, Ethan Huddleston.
Huddleston steps in. 2 outs and nobody on. Struck out twice so far. He's going to have to find the best pitch that he can put the bat on and go to hacking. That's the same pitch he struck out on. Pitch that's in the left-handed batter's box. Fouled off to the right side. No reason to put a ball over the plate. The umpire is going to call those pitches there. Let's say hit it if you can. 1-2 pitch to the right-handed hitting second baseman. Reaches out to that outside spot. Taps that one foul. Landon Gotze on deck. Wilson has pitched an excellent game. Only giving up those 2 hits in the 5th. And now a 3rd hit to Ethan Huddleston, who loves that 5.5 hole. Now 1 for 3. Got a good pitch to hit right there. I'm sure Wilson was not looking to put it there. 3rd base hit for Pioneers. 2 outs brings up Landon Gotze. Ball State needs a long ball here. And he gets a check swing base hit into right field. Huddleston will round second and head on to third base as Seals picks the ball up, throws it to Pettis at second, and the Pioneers now with, let's put Huddleston on first and now put him on third to put Mizell on the bases. A little slow on my scoreboard, folks. I apologize.
Now bat number 34, Jace Mizell.
So 2 out threat here by Vol State is Jace Mizell, who knocked the lid off with his base hit into left center field. Steps to the plate. Mizell leads the squad with 6 home runs, also leads in RBIs with 28. Swing and a miss on a pitch that ended up 2 inches above the turf. Nice off-speed pitch by Wilson. He comes stretched. That right foot is way over by first base. He is really closed off. Fastball. It's been called a strike most of the day, not called one there. 1 ball, 1 strike. To the Metropolis, Illinois native. There's a grounder, and that will be short hop by Gonzalez. He will throw on the run over to Quinones and retire Mizell. 2 hits in the inning, but the Pioneers cannot drive one across. Leave 2 on. We're through 5.5, 5-1. Dyersburg leads. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Second baseman Case Pettis leads off for the Eagles in the bottom of the 6th inning. Caleb Pica out on the mound for the Pioneers. Looking to throw up another 0. He delivers a fastball strike right on the outside corner. A legitimate outside corner called strike. Pettis walked and scored in the 2nd, doubled in the 3rd. It's a tapper to third baseman Vrabel, who comes in, charges, throws on the run to Godsey for the first out. Nice play by Carter Vrabel. That's 3 assists so far for Vrabel. Both third basemen are getting lots of action here today. Chris Lugo, the shortstop, number 9 hitter in the lineup, 0 for 2 steps in. Pica came on in relief in the 3rd inning. That ball's driven out the left field. That will get down. Cersei will be able to cut it off. Lugo will hit first, slide into second base, though, with a double. 9th hit for the Eagles.
Now to bat number 38, Julian Gonzalez.
And the 5th extra base hit for Dyersburg. Julian Gonzalez, who has a double and a single in 3 trips, steps to the plate with 1 out and 1 in scoring position. Gonzalez, the third baseman, made several nice plays in the field. Nice block by Vineyard on the breaking pitch. I don't know how Gonzalez came into this ball game hitting .216. Only had 16 hits and 74 at-bats. He looks like a pretty good hitter up there at the plate. 5 doubles, 2 home runs, 13 RBIs, now 15. Able to hold up on that high fastball. Put the email address up there as if you want to join the show. Send an email to treesports@gmail.com. Tell me who you are, where you're watching from, and who you're rooting for. If I don't already know, now, if you're the Mizell clan, I know who you're rooting for. But you can still say howdy, just like Roger and Connie McDaniel did from Grove City. Popped up. That should be playable as it's moving toward the dugout and toward the fence. Landon Gotze over, makes the catch. No tag on the play by Chris Lugo. Big out right there off the bat of Julian Gonzalez.
Up to bat number 10, Andy Martin.
2 outs now as Martin steps to the plate. He's also 2 for 3. Homered in the second inning. 2-run shot to right field. Pika now faced 11 batters and a big breaking pitch there. Swung on and missed. Martin also looks like a lot better hitter than a 261 in 92 at-bats. Another breaking pitch stays high. Dyersburg does have a broadcast going, but understand it's a pay broadcast. Another fastball. Thought it was going to be called a ball. Delayed strike call by umpire Greg Backus behind the plate. Martin talking to him now about it. Two outs, runner at second base. Pika with a long look in for the sign. Swung on and fouled off to the right side. He was trying to deliver one right to that outside corner at the knees. Martin able to get a piece of aluminum on that one. Dave Holbrook, I hope we're okay on our sound now. Sometimes it's broadcaster error. Sometimes it's internet. Swinging and a foul tip into the glove of Braden Vineyard. Strike 3. That is strikeout number 5 for Caleb Pika. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 runner left on base. We're 2/3 of the way through this one, scheduled for 9. Pioneers need to get something going in the top of the 7th. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reeves back at Dyersburg State. Pioneers find themselves behind 5-1. Jimmy Wilson still on the mound for the Eagles, facing Braden Vineyard. First pitch gets to the backstop. Wilson 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. walked one, hit a batter. That one's tapped off to the Pioneers dugout, picked up and tossed to pitching coach Braden Kell, who flicks it over to the Dyersburg dugout. 1-1 to Vineyard. Fastball misses high and away. Still the left-hander Nelson, I believe that is, warming up in the Eagles bullpen. Popped up in the infield. Quinones over moves back into fair territory to make that grab for out number one. Vineyard now 0 for 3. Logan Molnar steps to the plate. 0 for 2 and a run scored.
Logan Molnar.
He reached on the fielder's choice when Jace Mizell was forced at second base. Carter Vrabel then drove him in with a double down the left field line for the Framework Athletics' first run of the game. We did have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. That's when I had the audio issues. Caleb Pica, who came in for Cade McKee, was the Summit Concrete call to the bullpen in the third inning. Molnar now down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes with Vrabel on deck. Sporting what looks like to be a brand new, well, they were wearing molded cleats. So that's why you're not seeing the normal cleats. 2 hopper to Gonzalez, a quick transfer again from glove to throwing hand. And a seed thrown over to first base. That's a good looking third baseman. Don't hit it there. 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning.
Number 10, Carter Vrabel.
Dyersburg State scored 4 runs in the second, 1 in the third to take the 5-0 lead. Pioneers scratch back with 1 in the 5th. Looking for some 2-out magic here. Caleb Hawkins on deck, hoping to get a shot here in the 7th. That's a drive out the left field. In comes Alvarez, though, as Vrabel got under that one. Sounded loud off the bat, but wind must be blowing in a little bit from left field. We don't have a flag out there in the flagpole to gauge the wind, but it feels like it's coming in. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Pierre Seals to lead off the bottom of the 7th inning for Dyersburg State. 3, 4, and 5 for the Eagles to face Caleb Pica for his 4th full inning of work. He's gone 3 1/3 so far, giving up 1 hit. Struck out 5 so far in the 10 batters he's retired. Tired half of them on strikeout. pitch misses outside. Seals 1 for 2 with a single and a sacrifice. Fastball misses inside. Pika now gone 3 balls, no strikes. To the Eagles right fielder. On deck, Rylan Quinones. 4-pitch walk. That's the first walk by Pika.
Now to bat number 33, Rylan.
I'm sorry, that's his
Quinones.
second walk. I thought we had another walk in there. He walked this young man right here, Rylan Quinones, to lead off the 5th inning. That struck out the next 3 batters, came to the plate. I'm sure head coach Jim McGuire would be fine with a ground ball double play. Get Dude Communications a little shout out. Craig Senard provided some signage for the Vol State baseball program. Big 4-foot logo disc that's proudly displayed in the newly remodeled press box back at Pioneer Field at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Runner goes back to first base, and that ball comes right to me over the head of Braden Vineyard. This will bring a mound visit from Braden Kale to try to settle the true freshman down. So Seals moves to second base on the wild pitch. Due up in the 8th inning for the Pioneers, 8-9-1. Caleb Hawkins, Hunter Searcy, and Jake Burris. Pioneers need some base runners to get back in this, and they also need Caleb Pika to settle down, get some outs here without allowing the Eagles to score any more runs. Pika, his 5th appearance of the year. Does have 1 start. He's got a 1-0 record coming in today. Only thrown 7 innings, so it's now 3 1/3 in. So as he gets another out, he'll have pitched to half or completed a half as many innings as he had when he came into today's game. Mound visit over. Pika looks back at second. Delivers a called strike at the knees in the inside corner. Rylan Quinones, 6'3" transfer from Hill College in Texas. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Nice pitch by Pika. Quinones has walked twice, popped out to Logan Molnar at short. Traditional double play, not in order here, but we've seen a non-traditional double play today. Swing and a miss. Ball in the turf. Vineyard will have to throw down to first base to record the out. 6 strikeout by Pika.
11, Wesley Mann.
That put out on that strikeout, though, goes to Landon Godsey. 1 out. Wesley Mann steps to the plate. He's 0 for 3. Grounded out to short. I'm sorry, grounded out into a 6-4-3 double play, then grounded out to Vrabel at third and struck out. That pitch misses the zone. Nice backhand by Vineyard. John Ripel moving the defense around a little bit. He asked Logan Molnar to go a little bit more into the hole at shortstop. Burris deep in center. Mizell deep in right. Searcy looks like he's straight away. That ball is popped up. Might be playable for Landon Godsey. Over at the fence again. Will make the catch. Throws over to Vrabel at third base. Comes up to make the catch in the air. Nice play by Landon Godsey. Right at the fence, outside of your view. Yet again. Second time that he's caught a foul pop up.
Now by number 4, Chris Alvarez.
Not as much room necessarily as was down in Calhoun in foul territory, but still a decent amount of foul territory. Chris Alvarez steps to the plate with 2 outs and a runner at second base. He struck out twice and grounded out. 0 for 3. Left fielder for Dyersburg. Pika pours a fastball that just misses inside. Action down in the Pioneers bullpen. Breaking pitch in the dirt. That gets by a Vineyard. Seals will move down to third base on the wild pitch. He walked and has moved up to second and third, both on wild pitches. 2-0 count to Chris Alvarez. On deck, Parker Patterson. 9 hits in the ball game for Dyersburg State. 5 runs. Swinging, there's a line drive to Huddleston. He moves to his right and makes the catch for out number 3. Soft line drive to Ethan Huddleston. Retires Alvarez. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. We're through 7, scheduled for 9 here at Dyersburg State. Dyersburg 5, Pioneers 1. Demery's back in Dyersburg State Community College. We move to the top of the 8th inning. Caleb Hawkins steps in. 0 for 1, hit by a pitch. Looking to get a rally started for the Pioneers. Find themselves down 5-1. Swing and a miss on a fastball outside, which is exactly where Wilson's been living. And why not? You get the call out there. Swing and a miss. So he does come down inside, but it was down low. On deck, Hunter Searcy. Looking to get Caleb Hawkins hot here too as well. He swings and misses at 3 straight. Strikeout number 6 for Jimmy Wilson. Started this game and is pitched into the 8th inning.
Now by number 12, Hunter Searcy.
Double-barreled action down in the Eagles bullpen. Hunter Searcy steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Fastball maybe high. I contend high and outside. There's a fastball inside corner called strike. Might have been a pitch to hit right there. But Pioneers batters are going to be surprised that pitches that come inside. Popped up into center field. Martine over toward right field makes the catch for out number 2. Jimmy Wilson, 7 2/3 so far. 4 hit, 1 run baseball.
Now it's bat number 14.
Not
Jacob
sure how many
Burris.
pitches he's thrown, but only been in 1 semi-stressful inning. So not a lot of high-stress pitches. Fastball just misses. Jake Burris 0 for 3. Fouls that one off to the right side. Played in all but one of the Pioneers games this year. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. 3rd-year player. Fastball misses outside. Tapper to the second baseman. Pettis on 2 hops. Will throw just a little bit inside the bag. But Burris retired. Pioneers go down 1-2-3. Going to the bottom of the 8th. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network. Tim Reese back at Dyersburg State. We have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Number 26, Cade Sanders on in relief of Caleb Pika. He will face 7, 8, and 9 here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch to Parker Patterson inside. Ball 1. Sanders 5'11", 205-pound redshirt sophomore from Hendersonville High School, Hendersonville, Tennessee. Right down the road from Ball State. Strike called on that ankle high fastball. Sanders transfer from the University of Alabama, son of Clay and Tressa Sanders. Nice breaking pitch by Cade. Nama in Hendersonville and granddad in Centerville. Ground ball to Molnar at short. He gloves and throws to Godsey for the first out. Patterson now 2 for 4. She started out hot, 2 straight hits. And we'll have a pitch hitter here for the Dyersburg State Eagles. See if I can figure out who this is. Mason Cisnarich. Cisnarich should be my guess. Krznarich.
Now hitting for the Eagles, number 35, Mason Chris Norwich.
There we go, Mason Chris Norwich. Left-handed swinger hitting for Case Pettis. Sanders now down in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. To Cisnarich on for his 31st at-bat, official at-bat, and he sees a fastball in that outside corner called strike. First left-handed hitter in the lineup for Dyersburg State. They now, for the first time, facing a right-handed pitcher. McKee started, he's from the left side, and Caleb Pika also from the left side. Now Cade Sanders fouled at the plate. Well, by full count Ministries, full count. Krznarich. Pettis 1-for-2. Says day is finished. Don't think Cisnarich will go into second base, so we might have a new second baseman come the top of the 9th inning. Pioneers find themselves 4 down here and don't want to get any farther behind. Ground ball up the middle. Huddleston backhands, but cannot come up with the great play. Made a great play just to get to it. Backhanded it, but not sure if he slipped on some wet turf area out there or not. But a 1-out infield single by Krznarich. Chris Lugo will step to the plate.
Chris Lugo.
He's 1-for-3, had a double in his last at-bat, but was stranded at second base. Cade Sanders now will be looking for the due-dat double play. Squares to bunt down the third base line, and this will be a base hit. Carter Vrabel can't do anything with that one except stick it in his pocket. Not a sacrifice bunt there at all. He was bunting for a base hit, and he got it.
Now running for the Eagles, number 24, Gunnar McGran.
Okay, running.
And up to bat for the Eagles, number 38, Julian
Gunnar
Gonzalez.
McGran will pinch run for Krznarich. Guessing he will go in to second base. Julian Gonzalez, leadoff batter. First pitch to Gonzalez, misses down low. Gonzalez 2-for-4, singled and doubled in his first 2 at-bats. Has flied out and popped out in his next 2. Breaking pitch, nice on that outside corner. Sanders on for his 7th appearance, thrown 9 2/3 innings. Breaking pitch lined right back to him. He makes the catch, and he will get the put out himself for the double play. An unassisted double play by Cade Sanders, and he saved his life by catching that ball. That was absolutely smashed right back at him as he's getting out of his way, out of the way of the ball. He makes the catch. So a line out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a correction on tomorrow's doubleheader game time. The Eagles and the Pioneers will play a 7-inning doubleheader at 12 noon.
Noon game time tomorrow. I'm listening to the PA announcer. make the announcement about tomorrow's doubleheader while we finish up the 8th inning. Cade Sanders with an absolute gem of a play as he was basically saving his own life. We're going to the top of the 9th. The Pioneers need 4 to stay in the ball game. Jimmy Wilson back out on the mound looking for the complete game. You're listening to the Vol State Sports Network on YouTube and Twitter. Pioneers sending 2, 3, and 4 to the plate to face Jimmy Wilson. Huddleston singled in his last at-bat, 1 for 3. Fastball called a strike at the ankles. Fouled off to the right side. Wilson quickly ahead to the Pioneers' second baseman, Ethan Huddleston. Just a note about Jake Burris here after this pitch. This is outside. Jake Burris at Columbia State played in his 100th baseball game as a Vol State Pioneer. Now has 102. Swing and a miss. Down goes Huddleston. Seven strikeouts for Wilson. Third time he's gotten Huddleston. Landon Godsey steps to the plate. Fouls the first pitch back to the screen. 1 for 3. He dropped single into right field in the first pitch he saw in the 6th inning. Pioneers had runners at first and third with 2 outs, but could not score. There's a fastball in the outside corner called strike. Godsey now down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Wilson with the 0-2. Outside, not called a strike this time. If that's a hair farther inside, I wouldn't be taking that. Probably wouldn't have taken that pitch. In the dirt or the turf. If you weren't with us earlier, the infield and warning track areas in front of the dugouts or by the dugouts it's all artificial turf. Both the baseball field and softball fields have the artificial infields, but the rains as Godsey goes down swinging. Jimmy Wilson is 1 out away from a complete game victory here in game 1 of the 3-game series. Doubleheader starting tomorrow at noon. 2 7-inning contests tomorrow. I should be right back here in this same spot. Swinging a foul ball, might be playable and down to the bullpen area, but it does just get out of the fenced area. So set up, tear down today, and come back and do it all over again tomorrow. Oh-1 turns into an 0-2, third batter in the inning that Wilson has gone 0-2 to start the at-bat. And he struck out the first 2. And he's looking for strikeout number 9. And he will not get it on that pitch. Came close as Mizell just able to check a swing. Pioneers down to their last strike. Jace Mizell 1 for 3. Braden Vineyard on deck, hoping to get an at-bat. Thanks to those who've emailed in. Line drive, that is caught on a diving catch by, I believe that's Gunnar McGran who came in to make that catch.
Don't forget, 7-8 doubleheader at 12 p.m. Both teams will be back here at Dyersburg State. I'd like to thank you all for coming out today.
See if we can get the computer to work here. I think the heat has gotten to me. This game's gone final. Dyersburg State wins game 1 of the series 5-1. Game that lasted just over 2 hours, 2 hours and 5 minutes. And I won't be able to do a post game. We'll see if we can do a real quick player of the game. Player of the game is going to be Caleb Pica with 4 1/3 innings of 1 hit, no run baseball, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Let's get to our Full Count Ministries verse of the game, coming out of Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verses 13 and 14. Now all has been heard. Here is the conclusion of the matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the duty of all mankind. For God will bring every deed into judgment, including every hidden thing, whether it is good or evil. Pioneers drop game 1, 5-1. We'll be back tomorrow, a little before noon, for more Vol State baseball. For Athletic Director Bobby Hudson and Head Coach Jim McGuire, this is Tim Reese saying so long for tonight. God bless you, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.